Danielle, I thought today's weather was just absolutely delightful. And just like that, it's going to change.
Just like that. Yeah. Hey, look where we live, right? It is definitely interesting considering we got close to 20 today in Calgary. Winds relatively calm. Sun is out. Beautiful day today. And tomorrow, well, it's going to be much, much colder. We're going to have strong winds out of the north. That will be a chilly wind for us. And we have the potential of even getting a couple snowflakes here in Calgary. South of Calgary, there are even some snowfall warnings in place. Pincher Creek, Roses Pass could get 15, 20 centimeters of snow. So, yeah, the weather's changing once again. 18 degrees right now at the airport. It is 19 downtown and in Tazaa Park. Big Four Motors' massive first anniversary sale is on. See it at bigfourmotors.com. All right, looking at those next 24 hours, a few showers are possible throughout this evening as this instability starts to make its way down the QE2 towards us. Mixed precipitation overnight. We're not looking at a ton of it, but we could even see a couple isolated snowflakes in through tomorrow morning. Then it gets gusty tomorrow and just a high of 7. More details coming up, Ian.
Snow is just part of the calculation. We know that the rainy weeks are ahead. We may get a little bit overnight too. Yeah,
and just the interesting times of spring, right? A transitional season where you get these really warm days well above normal, and then temperatures plummet once again, and you get back into almost wintry conditions. Now, we're not looking at as much of that in Calgary. A lot of it will be south of Calgary, but we should see a little bit of it. Right now, though, all we're seeing is some blue sky, a couple puffy clouds. We will get some showers likely in the early evening hours, closer to the supper time hours. And check out these temperatures. 18 degrees our high in Calgary, also our current temperature, and communities in the 20s in the far southeast corner. Medicine Hat did get to 20 today. So a lot of warmth the further southeast you go, really, in the province. And this will completely change for tomorrow. Now, the winds have been relatively calm in most communities for today, although we did get one gust around that 50 kilometer per hour mark in Calgary. For the most part of today, it's been under 30 and at times 30. And then just recently, the winds have picked up here in Calgary. Pincher Creek as well. So what we have is a system that's approaching us, and that's increasing the wind gusts. But you can expect similar gusts for tomorrow, 50, 60 kilometers per hour. And here's what's starting to shift down. So the jet stream is shifting down, and this is following along with it, this instability here. Even some non-severe thunderstorms popping up as well and tracking towards the QE2. So again, non-severe thunderstorms are possible all the way down. So Calgary, we could see that down Highway 2 as well through this evening, and isolated pockets of showers. Some of these little pockets could actually even be quite heavy at times. So there's that jet stream in the darker green here. That's shifting to the south, and that's opening us up for colder air to settle in for a couple of days. So we'll be in those single digits. You'll certainly notice a cool down for these next couple of days. All right, Pincher Creek, Roses Pass area, yes, under a snowfall warning at this point because 15, even 20 centimeters could fall, especially for higher elevation areas. So a lot of snowfall there because it will be longer lasting in that area. So I'm going to play this through hour by hour, and you can see this tracking down. As it tracks down, we're going to start to cool down as we get closer to the evening hours, and this is going to switch over into some snowfall. And as it does, it's going to last quite a long time in the Pincher Creek, Roses Pass area, potentially 12 hours, which is why they could see that. For us in Calgary, we're looking at getting the showers likely, but less likely that we'll get the snowfall, although don't be surprised to see a couple snowflakes, but for us here, we're not looking at any accumulation. All right, here's that longer range forecast. Oh, so let's knock off at least 10 degrees from our daytime high. So 7 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday. We could see a couple snowflakes out there tomorrow morning. And then for Good Friday, look at that, really nice, 15, a lot of sunshine, and then it falls apart for Easter weekend. A lot of showers possible, even switching over to a mixed precipitation on Sunday as temperatures drop as well.
Looking on the bright side, by Good Friday, when most people have the day off, the weather will look better.
Yeah, so Good Friday, good. Saturday and Sunday, it falls apart again, you know? Thanks to spring. Okay, 18 degrees is the current temperature. Today's daytime high, well above normal. We had a beautiful day today. I really do hope you got to enjoy it and that you enjoyed the warmer temperatures. We're going to be at least 10 degrees cooler for tomorrow and for Thursday. And then Good Friday, beautiful at 15 and mainly sunny. Then we have showers likely for Saturday, and then switching over to some mixed precipitation for Sunday morning. So if you're doing the Easter egg hunt on Sunday, indoors, I guess, Ian.
Let's join Danielle now. She's outside, a beautiful day, but the wind's starting to pick up.
Yeah, by about 5 o'clock, the winds really did pick up, Tara. And I mean, overall, we had a stunning day. And throughout the day, we only peaked at 30 kilometers per hour. Now we're closer to 50, 55 kilometers per hour. The difference is right now it's out of the west. Tomorrow, it will be out of the north. So that will make things feel quite a bit cooler. We're in for a big cool down for these next couple of days. We got to a high of 18, 19 degrees around the city today of Calgary. And now we're sitting at 17, gusting 54 kilometers per hour at the airport. All right, let's check out these next 24 hours because there's a couple things to focus on here. We have the potential for showers through the evening and then switching over to a couple wet snowflakes. And then that could even carry into early tomorrow morning as well. But then that should clear out. We should get sunshine in the afternoon. But check out that high, just 7 degrees. So a couple cooler days and then we start to warm up for the Easter long weekend. I'll have more details on that coming up, Tara.
Thanks, Danielle. We can't rule out a little more snow yet. We're not out of it yet.
We are sure not. And I mean, in Calgary, just a couple snowflakes in the forecast. But further to the south, Pincher Creek, Crow's Nest Pass area, they could see a big wallop of snow. Before we get into the snow forecast, let's just look at what was today. And oh my goodness, 20s. Brooks, Lethbridge, Milk River got into the 20s, so did Medicine Hat. Calgary, we got close to, and we got to 18 degrees for today. So really nice day, almost that summery feel. The winds were relatively calm in most communities for most of the day, and they started to pick up around the supper hours, so closer to 5 o'clock. That's when we got this gust in Calgary and started getting into the 50s. Earlier today, though, we were in the 30s. So yes, the winds picked up. We can expect 50 kilometer per hour gusts in Calgary tomorrow as well, but that will be out of the north, so a cooler wind and temperatures won't be able to climb. These winds out of the west is why we got the warm temperatures. So just over 50 in Lethbridge, over 60 in Pincher Creek. Similar gusts is what you can expect for tomorrow. All right, here's what's happening. We have this tracking down the QE2. We talked about this instability that will make its way south. Even closer to 5 o'clock, we had a non-severe thunderstorm just north of Rocky Mountain House. As the jet stream switches and tracks south, that's going to follow along that moisture. And this is going to open us up to this cold air to settle in for a couple of days. So we'll just be in those single digits. Okay, when we look at the futurecast, you can see that tracking down. And for us here in Calgary, it looks like through the evening we have the potential for showers. Then we'll switch over to a little bit of wet snow. We're not looking at huge accumulations or anything for Calgary because it won't be long lasting in Calgary and it will be quite isolated. Then though, where we're looking at it lasting a long time overnight and through to parts of tomorrow morning is Pincher Creek, Crow's Nest Pass area. And because it will be so consistent there, we're looking at higher totals. Lethbridge could see about 4 or 5 centimeters from this. Pincher Creek area could see quite a bit more, which is why the snowfall warning is in place there. Again, the only area where we have the snowfall warning in place. So just to give you an idea of what's expected, anywhere from 9 to 20 centimeters for Pincher Creek, a couple centimeters in Banff and Canmore. And for us here in Calgary, because we're going to be in the outer edge, yes, we may see a couple of snowflakes, but nothing for accumulation purposes. For the next 2 days, the highs of just 7 degrees. We may see a couple snowflakes carry into tomorrow morning, and then it will clear out. We'll get some sunny breaks, but remain cool for 2 days. We get back into the teens for Friday, Good Friday, a wonderful way to kick off Easter long weekend. We get back into the teens as well for Saturday, but that's when we're looking at rain starting, and then Saturday night into Sunday, we'll switch over into wet snow, which means if you're doing the Easter egg hunt on Sunday, it will likely be an indoor one. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. That is so exciting.
Good for her.
So wow, that's awesome.
And to be that tall. That'd be pretty awesome as well.
Well, good patients are not always guaranteed when you're a doctor, but this doc found the perfect one. This feline is getting a full physical from his favorite physician. He checks his ears, he listens to his heart. Boris the cat gets a 100% clean bill of health.
That little one's going to be a doctor someday,
Yeah.
for sure, right?
Look how organized.
I feel like the cat is very used to this as well.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Thank goodness for patient animals.
Yeah. Well, an adorable young hockey fan was ecstatic to be featured on the Jumbotron during an Anaheim Ducks game against the Calgary Flames last week. Camera operators at the Honda Centre pitted 4-year-old Ducks fan Braden York against the rival Calgary Flames fans, pumping up the energy for the home team. The game went into overtime. The Ducks eventually beat the Flames 4-3 in overtime, and then it got even better for Braden and his family. The Ducks brought them down to the dressing room after the game, and Braden got to meet all of his hockey heroes, and they all thanked him for all of his great cheering.
No way.
That is so cute.
For that kid, but did they really have to boo the Flames fans?
Well, they were hyping up the home crowd. It always works.
I mean, it worked out well for him.
Too, but still.
Yeah. Well, kids attending a Minecraft movie showing in Los Angeles on Sunday got a surprise when one of the film's stars came out to remind them to behave.
Absolutely no chicken jockeys!
That's the moment they all clued in that was actor Jack Black requesting the audience refrain from participating in the chicken jockey trend during the movie. The viral trend involves moviegoers yelling and throwing popcorn and jumping on the seats when they see the character chicken jockey. Just don't, right? So they were all reminded by the star, just behave yourselves. You're here to have fun. But
way to go, Jack Black.
You don't know if it stuck. I didn't see the rest of the video. I don't know. I bet there was popcorn.
He got them a little riled up.
Yeah, he did.
All right, your Skywatch weather camera. What a beautiful day. The winds held out for a while, so we had relatively calm winds in Calgary throughout the day, good chunk of sunshine, and warm temperatures. All right, let's talk about temperatures because we got into the high teens today in Calgary, which is quite nice, but we can't expect that for the next couple of days. So currently we are sitting at 17. Today's high was 18. Normal is 12, well above normal. Okay, here's what's happening across the country, and you can see the warm air in BC, much of BC anyway, and through Alberta, has now spread into Saskatchewan, but still cool in Manitoba and northwestern Ontario. Temperatures right now, look at this, Lethbridge, Brooks, still in the 20s. Calgary, again, we're at 17, so high teens or 20s in much of southern Alberta for today. And then you can see this instability that is sinking and slumping to the south with the potential for showers for the next couple of hours in Calgary. Then we'll switch over to some wet snow overnight. The bulk of the wet snow is in this bullseye area right here. I'll show you amounts in just a second. Fernie, looking at some snowfall for tomorrow, just a high of 6. Edmonton, 11. Windy in Red Deer, down to Old, 50, 60 kilometer per hour gusts. Look at the highs though. Calgary, High River just 7 degrees, Lethbridge as well. And again, this is that bullseye area, Crowsnest Pass, Pincher Creek, and potentially all the way over to Lethbridge is where we'll see the bulk of the snowfall. 9 to 20 centimeters possible in the Pincher Creek, Crowsnest Pass area. And while this says 0, likely closer to about 4 centimeters in Lethbridge, we're on the outside edge of this, but we could still get a light dusting from this overnight tonight and through early tomorrow morning. Highs around 7 degrees for the next couple of days, so certainly cool with a cold wind at the north. We get back into the teens for Good Friday. Hold on to the teens for Saturday, but that will come with showers and much cooler for Easter Sunday, Tara.
Oh, a huge game for Hitman tonight.
Thank you, Glenn. We had a beautiful day, but things are turning a bit.
Right? Okay, here, I'll talk about it if you, because you're making me. 7 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday for daytime highs. That's quite a departure from the 18, 19 we got around Calgary today. Overnight tonight, a little bit of rain this evening, switching over to wet snow. Now, we're not expecting a lot in Calgary, likely just a light dusting, if that, because the bulk of it will be south of Calgary. Thursday, we'll see some sun, 15 for Good Friday, so good golfing day, wink, wink, Glenn. And some showers on Saturday, switching over to wet snow Saturday night and through Sunday. Weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. What is that? Susan sent this in. Nice little porcupine.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Hopefully on a long lens.
Yes.
Thanks for your company tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.